today, and I am somewhat following up topic yesterday. We talked about um, certain aspects of feminism, and someone wrote a very good comment, and therefore I'm preparing a more into depth video of the Slavic take on feminism and just what do we all call feminism. Today's video is gonna be about financial independence or financial success. Can a modern housewife be financially successful? Can modern housewife have confidence that she can take care of herself, even though she's staying home and taking care of children? Is it really possible? And should men and husbands be supportive of their fiancés, their wives, their women, um, becoming more financially literate and being interested in having some kind of maybe side income or even um, a business or even career if that's what they want. It's a definitely a big topic, but I just want to touch on some aspects as it's kind of um, very much connects with the video I made yesterday, and I did have some requests and questions from the men that feels that their role is to really um, overprotect their women, and how really to my opinion how damaging that can be sometimes. I don't know if all of this we can fit in one video, but we can definitely have a little bit over discussion. Hopefully I can get my schedule together for you guys so we can you know when I'm coming live, and maybe I will be doing longer lives with some call in options. We shall see about that. So, welcome everyone. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. Good to see you. Great to see you today on the chat. She says, reading about Ukraine, and you popped up on my screen. No, it's not scary. It's a good thing, I hope. It's a good coincidence or synchronicity, what they call nowadays. So, welcome, Elizabeth. Good to see you. I know it's probably late over there, but I hope that you can join for a bit, and then if you have to go to bed, go to bed. I understand, guys. I know everybody lives in different parts of the world, so don't ever feel like you have to join live. Just join when you can, and if you leave a comment, that would be great. So let's get to it. um I wanted to share with you that in we are living in a time where possibilities are truly endless, and money should not be, financial aspect should not be that much of a struggle. I feel that the more people tighten up about it and having fights about it, the less opportunities they have. Obviously, when two people create a family, it changes, and usually in traditional circumstance, man takes the lead. He's taking care of things. He's usually paying all the major bills and this and that. And if we talk about Slavic um and other traditional cultures, usually that's what it is. It adds some pressure, and they say that money and finance are one of the three main reasons for divorce. When people cannot agree on their spending, when they have different outlook on finance, that could be a huge reason for a divorce, which is very, very sad. But so the topic today is, can a modern housewife be also financially successful? Other words, can women that stay at home and maybe just is a homemaker or homemaker wife and raising children or a child, can she also have some money of her own while she's at home? I think most of us know the answer to this question, because of course now we have internet and a lot of people use that. Some people use it to waste their time, but a lot of people use internet for their advantage. A lot of people considering learning new skills, and also considering sharing skills, right? There are ways, there are ways to create an income, and I just want to share with you, especially with my male followers, men who just maybe recently got married, who've been watching this channel for a while, or who men who are in the new relationships, and you're thinking that, you know, she doesn't have to worry about nothing, I'll take care of her. I just want to tell you that it is very beneficial when you are, when you can understand that even in a best relationship, in a close relationship, every person needs their still be themselves, so to speak. And also having different levels of independence can often make your relationship less dependent from each other, and therefore, you know, less there is less pressure and there is more freedom. I'm just gonna give you a simple example. You know, when you have a wife and you take pride that you take care of, you know, all the major bills, you're doing an amazing job, she can relax and do what she wants. But there is also an aspect of having, you know, there is this thing called, you know, I don't know how, if it's a thing in US, but we have this, you know, mom guilt thing in Ukraine, that, you know, when you're a mom, you feel guilty, you know, oh, you're gonna go get yourself a new lipstick or a new dress, or, you know, you want to go to a restaurant with a friend. Well, how does it feed the, does it feed the family budget, you know? um Sometimes women feel that they do not have any right anymore to spend any money on themselves unless they agree with their husband, and so they have to ask about every little expense. They feel like they need to ask approval from their husband, and often they feel guilty if it's something bigger, you know, if you just want to get yourself, you know, something that is somewhat of an investment, you feel bad that you may be affecting your family budget. Not to mention that sometimes you want to make a gift for your husband. And my question is, how do you buy a gift for your husband or for your boyfriend, for, you know, for your fiance, from his own money? That that was for me kind of like a wake up call when I just came here to US. I was thinking about it, that how I'm gonna make a birthday gift. Do I just like, if I want to make a, you know, if you really want to make a nice birthday gift for your husband, let's say in this situation, like, do you just go and charge his card? So that was really painful. At least for me, it was painful. And so what I did is, our birthdays were close, so saved money from my birthday, so I didn't get anything. You know, I didn't spend them. I saved them so I can get him a gift, which would be somewhat from me. But that was kind of like a wake-up call in terms of, you know, it is wonderful to be provided for, it is wonderful to not be in need of things, but it's also wonderful to be have a little bit of independence that you had before you got married, and having a little bit of extra, having, you know, not worry about every single thing that you need to report and ask a permission, not feel guilt if you want something, but even more importantly, to develop skills that in the case of, if you cannot, if there is an emergency, if there is something going on, that you can take care of yourself and your kids. That is even more important. You know, not everybody is having their finance planned for, you know, many years ahead, and not everybody is wealthy. People getting married in all kinds of you know, financial levels. So I think there is nothing wrong, not I think, I'm positive, I'm sure that there is nothing wrong with that desire of a woman to have possibly first a hobby when your children are really small, and then that hobby can grow, that hobby passion can grow into a business or a little, endeavor, entrepreneurial pursuit where she can just make some extra money, but she can also have confidence that in case if needed she has those skills, she can maybe acquire new skills. She can, if she would rather go and work for somebody when her kids are bigger, or if she can manage being, a homemaker, a housewife, a mother, and doing those things, not because she needs to do them, not because her husband is, planning to use her money. That's another thing. If you want to get along with a Slavic woman and you want to show her that you are a provider, let her make all the money she makes and let her keep the money. Whether she makes little, medium, a lot, however much, just let her keep it, so you can have a little bit of that financial pillow, whatever you agree on. Maybe she can get herself some treats that not in the budget, but you can still be an amazing provider, even if the magic happens and her business takes off, and let's say all of a sudden, she's her business idea takes off and she makes more than you, she will still look at you as a provider if you let her maybe invest her money for your future, plan some trips. There are plenty of things that we can do. But a lot of times what happens is husbands feel like, oh, you don't need to do this. Oh, you only made $15, with your craft business. uh I don't think we should be spending on this. And I do understand that you can look at the amount of money and think that, oh, this is nothing. But the thing is, little things that are consistent, they tend to grow. They tend to grow if you are patient and consistent and you know what you're doing. And oh, thank you for the comment. I'm gonna read it in a second. That's a great comment. So you never know what are those little things will lead her to. There are ladies who literally make very simple like jewelry, like from it's just very simple, from different semi-precious stones, and they just doing little things that seem to be so easy, but a lot of people do not want to do them. They want to just go ahead and buy it. And I personally know people that make an incredible addition to their husband's income, just having fun and doing their hobbies. And you know that you can make your own dollar, that you can spend guilt free, and it's almost like a fun game because you don't have to make it, but you can make it, and it's a lot of fun. And you also feel like you have confidence. I mean, I think I already said that, but you have confidence that if you need to make something, you can make it happen. You don't have to ask. And you have confidence that you not completely losing your skill, especially maybe when you move to another country or another state, that you still have that skill of making money. Because when you live in Russia or Ukraine, it could be different. Your occupation can be a lot different than if you move to any other country around the world. And so knowing that you are here and you're capable to make $1 or two and have fun, it's very inspiring, and you never know where it's gonna lead you. So my dear friends and my dear gentlemen who watching my channel, just because she makes little money, it doesn't make her more poor. It doesn't make you more poor. So let her play and let her have fun. You never know. When women are relaxed, when they don't need to make money, but they are really enjoying something, sometimes there is no resistance and fear and scarcity, and so she can relax And she can get real creative, and you never know, that could be your vacation fund, that could be your future investments and early retirement. So I do think, long story short, that absolutely in modern time, modern housewives can be also not only successful at home with their husband and child, but they can also have side incomes that can grow and make life richer in terms of, experiences and reduction of stress, which, as I said, I've learned that a lot of people have incredible fights about money, which is, I do understand why, but it's very, I think it's very sad when people who love each other have fights about money. That just means that your mentality does not align together. That you probably not that great of a match, because money are part of people's values, and that's something should be discussed before, before you sign the contract. But let me read it was a very good comment from Gwen Voloshnuk. This is so interesting because Gwen, I don't know, you have a Ukrainian last name. That's pretty sweet. Not sure. Maybe you have Ukrainian descent, or your husband does. But anyway, I'm a housewife and having a hobby is a must for me. But then again, I don't have children yet. I'm a social media manager for a salon, and it helps with my creativity. Very true. And it doesn't matter that you don't have children yet. The idle mind is a devil. What is it? The idle mind is a devil play shop. Oh my god, it's getting real dark, guys. I won't stay for too much longer. And soon we're gonna make videos back in my home office, but I hope you can still see me. So yeah, when your mind is idle, when you don't have an opportunity, yes, devil's playground, exactly, Gwen. So yeah, it's you when you don't have anything to do, and I notice it. Believe me, I'm talking from an experience here as well. You start to think about this, you start to drive yourself crazy with past things and experiences, and you waste your time on watching some absolutely useless shows, and you're doing so many things that really pure waste of time. They're not even joyful or relaxing you. Some women even, would start like just being weird to their husbands, finding fault with them, being unhappy, criticizing. So most women are pretty good with creating things for them to do. Um, and I think that is something that as ladies we all should develop. Um, just 1 second. Oh, thank you, David. Thank you so much for the thank you so much for the Cash App. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. You always support my work and my channel. I'm gonna see if I can get some more light. Thank you so much for the kind message. Yes, I'm trying to get back to doing videos often, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, it's really dark, guys. I'm sorry. It can drive you really crazy to not having something to do. And I think creativity, developing new skills and creativity, it's such a beautiful thing, because it makes you feel great inside. You learning something, you have something to share, something to talk to with your man when he comes from work. You have something going on in your own life. I really think it's important. I really, really do think. As I said yesterday, we're not living in 1920s anymore. We gotta be productive in whatever way it works for you. Oh my gosh. Um, totally understand that. Gwen is saying I was extremely depressed in the beginning. Once he started his own business and needed my help, it really turns things around for me. Yes. Yes, it is depressing because you feel like you have no uh you really have nothing to do, and every day like the day before. And you may even think, some people, men and women, even if they're not working and their spouse is working, they start to like texting their exes and thinking about meeting with their exes and all kinds of mess. Instead of focus your energy on something productive. And a lot of people do not have enough of joy in their life, and they forget that they can create that joy themselves. They can create that source of joy, source of satisfaction, source of excitement outside of their partner. Because when you count on your partner to entertain you, to, everything is his fault, his responsibility, your mood is his responsibility, it's a very bad, generally, it's not a good situation at all, right? It's not a good situation at all, because it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship, and it's not good. It doesn't help. And this is where you have senseless fights and senseless conversations, and in the end of the day you both are exhausted and nothing gets done. And I really think that we are living in a time where people who want to be prosperous, people who want to have things going on for them, if they organize their times, they can make it happen. We Before, we were really cut out by the location. We were, you can do certain things at certain location, and sorry, and you cannot go further. Like, for example, some of you guys know I have a vintage fur shop. By the way, I will post a link shortly. I'm updating it right now, but some of you guys asked, if I would just open the shop here, I probably won't do great at all, because local fashion is very practical. But when you're not attached to your local market, you can sell things, products all over the world, or all over the States, all over Europe or Africa, or whatever you live in, and you can be all right. So it's almost irresponsible to not take this opportunity. And and try to, the worst thing what happens when we are not doing something useful, we getting on the nerves of the person that's actually doing things, right? We get in, let's be honest, ladies, when we are not happy about something, we start finding fault with our child or man or something else. And it's like this all negativity could be instead a creative and fun things that can fulfill you inside and also bring the outside fruits. As I'm saying this, I want to see if I can add some more light, which I'm not sure, but I know you understand the challenge. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Anyway, thank you so much for your messages. And as I said, I'm going to try to maybe have a scheduled day for life, and it probably most likely will be at my home, so we can have it longer in the better conditions. Interesting comments I see over here. Can money and materialistic things buy true happiness? I don't know if they can buy true happiness, but they can definitely help your family to prosper. Some people have psychological things and depression and blah blah blah, all kinds of issues. You have to go to your doctor, to your get counseling, life coaching, whatever you need. But money definitely helps. What most helpful about money is that when you have that financial stability, you don't have to think about it. So you can think about, when you are with your child, you can be present and laugh with your child and take a day off with your child on Monday or Tuesday and go out and enjoy and go get a bunch of treats, go to the lake, go on a pedal boat, hop on a plane. You can do a lot of things and be fully present over being stressed out and really concerned that tomorrow is your mortgage and you may or may not have enough of money on your account. So I think that happiness is the inner process, but having these things taken care of definitely helps in people's mental stability. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think when you are present with your family, you are not scared about tomorrow. Um, it definitely helps. And ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. Do not be shy to encourage. And even if, I have a friend who just made $1, a little bit over $1 on her YouTube channel, and I was so excited for her because she opened a YouTube channel. She has been extremely consistent, and she never done this before. She kind of got inspired, and she made her first dollar on YouTube channel. I was just so happy for her. I literally felt joy rushing through my body because $1 is more than a zero, so it's a beginning. As we say in Russian language, как это, как это сказать, лед. I don't know how to say this in how to translate it. Тронулся, лед тронулся, like the ice, had start to crash basically. So it means that, okay, one is more than zero. So don't discourage your lady because maybe in a week she made $20 or whatever she does. You never know what it's gonna be like. And again, $20 is a lot more than the zero, right? Meanwhile, I want to say thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see. The joy of the Lord is our strength. I'm not sure if this is this message for me, for everybody. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Well, I agree with inspirational spiritual messages, but he doesn't have hands except for ours. A lot of people, hoping that God's got them and in all these things, but I think that there is no other ways but our hands. He doesn't have any other hands but our human hands. So not to wait for perfect circumstance, when somebody give you a sign, and just putting your head down and creating more opportunities for yourself and your family. It can be a lot of fun. And gentlemen, again, for those who just joined, for women, it's really important to not have to do it, but do it because they have an opportunity. Like not doing it because, oh my gosh, tomorrow the cable gonna be off, the water gonna be off, the electricity gonna be cut off. But doing it because you have an abundance, you're relaxed, your husband, your fiance, your man took care of your bills, of major things. So you're just relaxing. You don't have to be doing it, but you are in a beautiful relax mode where you are creating, and it's like a fun game. It's not like a responsibility when you need to drop your child in the daycare and run to your boss and then serve your boss and then be late to pick up your child. This is different. This is where you work from your overflow, like when you're drinking tea and you have your saucer and the tea, you have overflow of tea, so you have a lot to share. And you're not creating this from anxiety, you're making this from your creativity, and it can be a lot of fun. I think if people would stress out less about money, they would have more, but that's whole another video. Because after all, this is just an energy exchange, and every person is good at something. So I want to say hi to everybody who just joined, and I want to thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the show. As always, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Let me read a few comments. Hello, Jim. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. Welcome, John Joseph. First of all, what have I missed? Second of all, I just subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. you didn't miss, well, you missed something, but you have an opportunity to watch that once the life is over. This live show is over. You can, in a few minutes, you can catch up and listen to the beginning of the video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah. Somebody say something smart. Says, if you don't think money can buy happiness and your mind is poor, you are living in luxury. To have that mindset, being poor is terrible. Yeah, being poor is not fun. And the thing is, I think I starting to more and more thinking about the luxury of having time, because a lot of people work very hard, and a lot of people do not see their children. That was one thing that shocked me in the US, that people do not, both moms and dads do not see their children. To me, it was really um a hard realization, because you trust somebody else spend 8 hours of time with your tiny one instead of enjoying that yourself. That really that really that really hit me in a negative way, because some person that hopefully is okay, but they influencing your child when, in at least in early child development, you should be more present. I'm not saying that you should not have life, social life, you should never work. No, but I think that women, and I mean fathers and mothers, should be more present in their child's life. And I do think that you can be a housewife and you can have some side income, and it's more possible now than ever, actually. And I hope that more women and more men would be supportive about it, because luxury, I mean, think about this. Luxury of having extra finance can give you luxury of time, where you don't have to clock in. You can you have your 2 or 3 year old, and you can say, hey, you know what, how about this, we'll take a day and we'll spend half a day. I'm not going to be looking at where I need to be, where I have to go. I'm not going to be checking my messages. I'm just going to be with you, burning leaves, playing, playing with them, running around, uh, doing fun stuff. I remember those moments, and I feel so blessed that I was able to enjoy them. Not everything was perfect, but enjoying those moments with your loved ones is so important. And that's why, to sum up this video, I want to say that I do believe, and I think it's crucial, that women who are housewives, who are very lucky to have a husband who is a provider, who provides security for them, they should not completely rely on that one income and just feel complacent, and maybe doing too much shopping, or not doing any shopping at all, feeling that it's over. But use that opportunity to create some extra source of income for their family, for themselves, for financial stability, but also for emotional stability. As Gwen just mentioned, that she was extremely depressed before she started doing something. And she mentioned she doesn't have children yet, but even if you have children, sometimes you need another source of joy and satisfaction and validation, rather than your children and your husband. Because your husband may be in a not talkative mood, your children may be acting up all day, and these are only two sources of your validation. These are only two, I mean, those are big, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to have something outside of people, so you don't demand for their positive approval, for their perfect behavior, which is next to impossible with children sometimes. And you don't get into people's space to not feel lonely, like you're not needed, you have mood swings. You're like, okay, you're busy, you want to watch your sports, kids want to play their games, like, okay, yeah, well, you know what, maybe I'll go and beat my new make myself happy with, you'd be surprised how much things like beating, doing beats, and like different creative, simple but creative jewelry. How much money and how much fun some women have in doing that. So I definitely think that that would be an incredible thing. And we're gonna talk more about feminine versus feminist, what these things means. I want to thank you for your very thoughtful comments on my previous video. I also want to thank those of you who start following me on Instagram, because I would love to have guests on my live shows with a video and audio. So we need to build, it would be great to build that. I was in denial of Instagram just because of the reputation it has, but um, I'm thinking it's okay to use technology as it comes to us. So you can find me as Veronica Olson on Instagram. You can also, if you want to be in our little private club, where hopefully we'll have some discussions and meetings this winter, um, on Patreon. I will post a link, or you can just Google Veronica Olson on Patreon if you'd like to join. If you have some thoughts, experiences that you would like to share, please do it under the video and I will read and respond to you personally. And we're gonna keep talking about these practical but yet kind of creative aspects, and how we can make um, our lives better. I'm also gonna share with you some of my mistakes, and people in my in the community and around, something, not so much mistakes, but maybe experiences and things that I've learned, maybe things that I would have done differently, or my friends that are living here in US, some things that they've learned, just to support you, because life does not end when your fiance comes here. It doesn't end, right? It begins. And sometimes you had a great relationship, but then when you come to another country, you have nothing to do, you have conflicts, and things are not as bright and shiny anymore. So um I want to provide the support and insight for the future, and for those of you guys who are in this situation. um I think probably about 50-60% of people who watch in my channel have been in a situation, in or are is, I don't know, guys, it's evening, in some kind of relationship that is requiring changing the country, changing the mentality, and so on and so forth. So I'm hoping to be helpful for you. And I really did not have a chance to dive deep on my quote unquote feminist video and talk about what that is and how many things it can mean to so many different people. So we're gonna dive in and kind of discuss that. Thank you so much again for very thoughtful comments on that video. I will get back to that shortly. Many modern women around the world are financially well off just by inheritance alone. Well, that is true, but what do you do when your inheritance ends? Or you don't have a new skill? No matter how much money you have, if nothing new comes in, uh, unless they are invested correctly, it's gonna be a problem, you know? So it's awesome when you have inheritance, but um it's even more awesome when you can add to it and let it grow, keeps it growing, keeps it reinvested, keep it in a good standing. Yes, I know. Elizabeth is saying it's sad how many people miss their seeing their children grow up and all their important first things. Yes, I know that makes me cry. That really um and I don't, by no means, guys, this channel is not to judge somebody or tell that you're not doing it right. We're just discussing, we're just discussing for to inspire people to do more, right? To know that, oh, I can do this. um I don't have to send my wife for 9 hours a day to or 8 hours a day to work somewhere. Maybe we could do it in a different way so she can spend more time and I can spend more time with my child. Such a precious and such a sensitive part of life, and you can never get it back. So I deeply empathize to those parents that do not have a chance to spend more time, uh, and enjoy life more, with their family. Housewife have gifts too. Well, housewife is one huge gift when you keep everything in a perfect. When you have, you make all these meals, you take care of everybody. I think that it's underappreciated, and therefore, mentally, a lot of women who are housewives, they're very often breaking down mentally because it looks to everybody like they don't do anything, but they work sometimes more than or the same. To me, the staying home is harder than working, because when you work, you get validation from you talking to grown people. You can challenge your intellect. You can have fun. You have responsibility, but you are talking to grown-ups. It's mentally challenging to talk with a toddler for 24 hours or 12 hours, however they. It's very difficult. So um housewife definitely takes a lot of skill, and some women are not very good housewives. Like, well, we're not gonna point any fingers, it's hard for some women. Oh, my favorite housewife is here. Oh, Marina, привет. It is a try. I'm a real housewife. Yes, you are an awesome housewife, for sure. Привет. But you're a housewife that's now also pursuing some other endeavors. So, my dear friends, if you Russian speaker, you understand the language, you can follow Marina at her channel. Her channel is called «Вторая жизнь» или «Лучше ли жизнь в Америке» or «Second Life» or «Is Life in America is Better». Basically, she just shares things about her life and journey of her and other people as well. And I'm really proud of her for being consistent and actually making it happen. So starting and doing it. So Marina, good job. So good to see you. I'm here in the darkness. I'm here in the dark, but I'm here. Gwen Valashnyuk again. Hello. I agree 100%. I love my husband, but he doesn't notice the little things. I know. And it's really sad because men do not mean not to notice them. They just focus on the main things. And so for us women to be happier, we need to have more sources of validation. When you just made your jewelry and you sold it for $20, for example, you're like, oh my God, I was sitting here at home, I was having fun, and I made my $20. You feel awesome. Whether or not your husband will be as excited, you feel good inside. Maybe you have a blog or YouTube channel, or maybe you're teaching people how to cook, or there are millions of things. I literally think that if you are a great housewife, you have more skills than you know. Think about this. If your husband would hire a cleaner, organizer, chef, babysitter, laundry maker, how much money he would have to pay somebody to come and do the service? So you definitely have skills no matter what you do. You definitely have skills. You just need to, you can share your organizing techniques. You can share so many things with others, and you making your life better by inspiring other people and giving them valuable tips, but it pays back to you with satisfaction that you are helping people, which I think is pretty amazing. So yes, I have huge respect for real housewives, meaning those women who from the morning to night taking care beautifully of their home, of their children. I think it's the hardest job in the world. I do think it's the hardest job in the world. I mean, hardest in terms of challenging. How many of you guys, when you were married, or maybe you're married right now, when you come home, you come in home and you say, oh, it is so beautiful. Everything looks so organized. Oh, this dinner is delicious. Oh my gosh, this floor is shining. Oh my gosh, the kids look beautiful. Like, usually you're used to it. So when you come, you take it for granted. You know, you're not just, I mean, maybe some men are amazing like that. They look and make compliments, but a lot of times you have no idea what she has been through, how many temper tantrums she dealt with, and she still managed to make it beautiful. To me, I'm not nearly as gifted in this department as some women. I literally take my hat off to women that dedicate, not only dedicate themselves to that, but also enjoy it. Because if you do it but you hate it, that's a whole different story. So I definitely think that Real Housewife, Desperate Housewife, they don't need to be desperate. I think they should have a recognition and appreciation for their very important job, especially when they enjoy it. You know, they it's challenging, but it's wonderful to see the woman enjoying what she does. And she definitely deserves to have extras. You know, she definitely deserves to be spoiled and appreciated by her husband. All right, I'm gonna do a few more comments and I have to go because it's dinner time and I don't want the police car being here looking for me. Where is she? I just wanted to make this video, make sure that I follow up today. Yeah, Elizabeth says, yes, toddlers are the most difficult bosses. Yes, for sure. They don't pay you either. But don't you love their toothless smile? It's like the best smile in the world. Jim is saying, don't forget sex. In which way? In which context? Tell me what you mean. John Joseph says, well, as an 18-year-old, wow, nice, who is not yet married, I can tell you my position on this stuff, but I definitely agree with it being in need of much more appreciation because of how tough it is. Yes. But you know, the woman that is fulfilled, that she, when she does her, you know, her housework, she takes care of her kids, but she also has some time for herself. Maybe sometimes she has a half a day here, half a day there, where her kids are somewhere, maybe they have a babysitter or something like that. They have a little bit of their time for themselves. They definitely deserve to have more fulfillment, you know, more joy, more things that will add, so they can have a little bit break from children and responsibilities, so they can recharge. They can also feel like a woman. They can feel sensual, they can feel beautiful, they can have more sources for joy. Because when a woman takes break from kids and she only had even hour or two outside or with her friend, or she went shopping, or she went to exercise, or she did her hobby, she's like the best mother ever when she can have a break. Because you remember, Real Housewife, a human being too. Oh, thank you, Marina. Спасибо большое. You are so sweet. I like coming over as well. Marina is saying, I do enjoy it, but I do love when you come and make me smile more. Thank you. I'm so glad that we met, and I feel the same way. It definitely feels amazing to have a good friend. And you inspire me in your own ways as well, by the way. You make me smile too. By the way, I'll get back to you after this video because I'm not sure what if we are doing anything tomorrow. All right, so oh, you can't tell. Okay, I got you, John. All right, part of value of a housewife. Well, do you mean that sex is part of value of housewife? Well, I think people still have sex even if you don't, if you're not, if you have a career, um, or if you have a job. You don't have to be a housewife. I think that's a problem. That's a whole different story. But when the woman does not get a break from children, or she has a very stressful career, this is where that part of life gets in a bad standing. But that's another video, guys. Thank you everybody so much for joining and sharing your thoughts. I will consider having at least one day a week that I know I plan to go live. It's probably going to be Wednesday night, and I can have better lighting being at home. Maybe we'll do a planned live every Wednesday and see if that's a good thing, because some of you guys had reached out to me and you told me that you do not get notifications for the live. So first of all, when you subscribe to the channel, there is a bell. You need to push on the bell and choose all. So this way you will get all the notifications from the when I go live. So do that. But also when you know that, oh, it's Wednesday, she probably should gonna be live. So let's see if that works out. I have this weird fear of commitment that if I say I'm gonna be live, I won't be available to go live. But let's try to do that. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy Friday, everyone. Share your thoughts, comments, questions, whatever else you may have ideas under the video. Welcome to new subscriber from this live stream, and thank you to my oldies. It's so great to see you all. OGs, I think they say. Thank you so very much, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you very soon. Good night, Elizabeth. And everyone, have a very restful night. Ow!